Hello and welcome to the last episode of my Volkswagen bus build. In this episode I'll be doing brakes, mechanicals, I'll be putting in the engine, doing a bit of interior work, etc, and we're almost ready to hit the road. First up, I started with doing the rear brakes. Usually when a car's been sitting for this long, I just replace everything like brake shoes, brake lines, wheel cylinders, etc. because most likely it'll all be seized up and broken anyway. Apart from the fact that the wheel cylinder is seized up anyway, even the lip that holds it into place was broken, so that one's going in the bin. So you've usually got these little like adjusters, you know, for your rear brakes or front brakes, and they're always a bit rough and seized up. So I've got just a shitty old tap. So I just usually quickly run that through, clean it up, and good to go. After cleaning them up, I always put them back together with a bit of anti-seize or copper paste, whatever you got handy, just to make sure you can keep adjusting your brakes and they don't seize up again, or at least not as quick. So unfortunately I'm missing the lever. Goes here, for the handbrake cable. So I've got to sort that, and there's one little spring missing. So I've got to see if someone's got like a kit in stock in Australia, or tomorrow I'm going to pick up my engine at my mate. He's got a bunch of split window parts, so maybe he's got a spring and a lever somewhere. I've got new handbrake cables coming, so that's not a worry. I just need the lever and a spring. On the left hand side everything was a bit smoother, so there's the rear brakes almost done. So now it's time to do some work to the front brakes, took the drum off, find anything too weird yet. And the good thing is I've got a complete rebuild kit for the front end. So I thought I'll give this a try. It's a rebuild kit, so it has like the hard lines that go in between your brake cylinders inside of the drum. It's got your flexible brake hoses left and right. You've got 4 wheel cylinders, because obviously a split window, if you didn't know it yet. It's got 2, one at the bottom, one at the top. Wheel bearings, the seals for the wheel bearings, more wheel bearings. It's got all the adjusters that I cleaned on the back, but this came with a kit, so I'm just going to replace them on the front, and a whole kit with all springs and everything, so even if something was missing, it didn't really matter. And obviously, as a last one, we've got some brake shoes, so I'll get going with that one. Okay, so it's been a while since I've done one of them, but so I just used the old ones as a template. So I bended the hard line into place, I put the adjusters in with a bit of anti-seize. Well, that was pretty obvious, pretty easy actually, just to copy that. 2 springs, and ready to put it back onto the backing plate. Got the brake line into place, and it's not touching anywhere, which is very important. So that side's ready to go. Beautiful. So I'm onto the last things of the front end. All the brakes are into place. The last brake hose had to fit is in there. So the rest me to do now is the front wheel bearings. So if you have ever done them before, you know they come in 2 separate pieces. So you gotta push out the first, I don't even know how you'd call it, the inner ring. You have to press or push that out. So what I do is I just get a punch and I'll punch it out. But then to get it back in, you're always like, Now there are special tools for that, but what I do as soon as I pull the first one out, I make a little incision into it, and then it won't get stuck in the housing. So you can use that to hit it in with a hammer, and then you can just whip it out with a screwdriver. So now it's in, and as you can see, I've got a cut there, and then you can just whip the old one out, and there you go. Your new one's in, ready to go. Alright, so I just did a run to the post office, and I've got my last very important parcel, which includes all my hard brake lines from the front to the back and the sides and whatever. So we can finish up the brakes now, and yeah, there will be some other bits and pieces in there I need, but I just have to take a look. Yes, that was it. 2 new tie rod arms, steering whatevers, and a new like drag link for the steering. So I've got everything to fix the steering. I can get the brakes together, and then we should have a braking car. Also on the back, everything is into place. Only got to do the shock absorber. All the lines are into place. I've started doing the axle boots. This side's all into place. All the lines. And yeah, it's all good. It's almost ready to get brakes. So, alright, the new master cylinder and all the brake lines are in place. All running there. I got some rubber grommets that I gotta fit. But first, I gotta bend it in place on the other side. And I fit up my new tie rod ends and the new drag link. So, and well, I don't know if I show that yet. Some new shock absorbers. Now I am well aware of the fact that the, well, kind of like undercarriage, it's not too pretty yet. However, everything is solid. All the surface rust is out, and a lot of it is sand. So as soon as I scrape the sand off, it looks a bit better already, actually. But that's something I want to slowly sit down for and do at a later date. At least it's safe. I've got new tie rod ends, all new brakes and all that stuff, new master cylinder. You just don't muck around if it comes to safety. And then later we worry about getting the rest of the undercarriage pretty. I also started putting the interior back together, steering wheel back on, speedometer back in. Surprisingly, even the original sun visor was there, rear view mirror, all that sort of stuff. The front end's coming together nicely, the headlights are back in, the front emblem is back on. And I fitted up all the new door rubbers on the front doors and the back cargo doors. Yeah, I've got to figure out what to do with this. It's got to be upholstered to get it roadworthy in Australia. So I've got to think about how I'm going to upholster that, at least to do a road trip first. And of course, because I'm stupid, I ordered a brand new mirror, but as you can see, there is no mirror because I dropped it. But more importantly, first, get the engine in, see if it works. So I'm gonna fit the engine, get it running, and hopefully it's a strong runner. Unfortunately, these cars do have a fuel tap because you don't have a fuel gauge, you don't have anything really. So what I did, you have a fuel tap on the early ones, and there's just a kind of switch under your seat. You can pull it, and then you've got, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 liters reserved. And unfortunately that's leaking. So I ordered a new one. It'll delay my departure here for another day or two probably. But I've got to make more interior panels anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do while I wait on the last bit to come in, and then I can finally take it for a test spin.
And whilst I'm doing the last of the mechanical work, my mate Remy is absolutely slaving away in the interior. He even took a couple of days off and he's making great progress. So I'm very thankful for that. I can just worry about the engine and doing all sorts of other bits and pieces. And he's making cabinets, headliners, etc.
So we're about to start up the engine. I did find out that the fuel pump was broken, so I got a new fuel pump. Put that on, the new starter is in, which is also a 12 volt one because I had to convert it like the rest. And yeah, the tap for the fuel tank hasn't come in yet, but I'm just gonna run it on the external reservoir and see if she'll run, eh?
Engine is running. Now it's time to tidy up a couple of things, but it does sound good, so that was my main concern. Next up, whilst waiting for my fuel tap to arrive, I was making some interior panels for the cargo doors and the front doors. I really like the timber panels, so I'm making all of the door panels out of 3mm plywood. With both front doors fitted up, it was time to call it a day.
Alright, so my new fuel tap is in, which is great news. Or, well, technically it's not really fuel tap. It's just the fuel outlet of the fuel tank because I deleted the tap. I had my new tires fitted. So I've got some brand new tires on there. And yeah, I'm gonna drop the oil now, put some fresh oil in it. I'd set the tablets already when the engine was still out. And then, yeah, keen to take it for a little test spin.
And now the moment I've been working towards so incredibly hard.
First time driving my little Volkswagen bus. Let's go!
So there we are, just a little over 4 weeks later from the moment I picked it up, and I thought, what did I get myself into? To countless and countless hours of welding, making up panels, doing a lot of body work, and then eventually fitting it all back together. But I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't get a little bit of help from friends. So now with the bus almost ready, it's time to pack her up and hit the road.